Hey y'all, quick little video tutorial on how to install this Badger 5 1/2 horsepower garbage disposal. Today we are installing this in our brand new kitchen, our brand new sink. We don't have any drain lines installed yet. We don't have the electrical set up yet, but we'll show you a little bit about how we're doing that in this brand new installation. And we'll get to it right after the intro. Alright, before we get started on the installation of this, I'd like to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Pitkins Ace Hardware, with locations in Dale City, Woodbine, Locust Grove, and in Manassas at the old J.E. Rice hardware store location. Ace is the place for your kitchen hardware needs. So here's the Badger 5 on the Ace Hardware website. I'll provide a link in the description for those of you who would like to go buy this product at your local Ace Hardware. Here's a quick look at the box, which includes some of the basic information about the product and some of the tools you'll need for the install. And here's a quick look at the product overview and followed by the spec sheet. I'm not going to read all this to you. You can pause the video or you can go look it up on the website at the link below. For the electrical portion of this, we're using a dedicated 20 amp circuit to run to this guy. And if you don't feel comfortable doing your own electrical work, please consult an electrician. We've already got the cover off down here. We've got an old clamp run to this guy. We'll run our new wire in here, wire everything together, shut it in.
As you probably can tell, this unit has been used before. We're going to remove the electrical clamp here and put it onto the wire. It makes it a little easier with the installation. That electrical clamp doesn't have a nut on it because it screws directly into the housing. Putting the wires in place takes a little bit of finagling. Take your time and get them in there right. Lastly, inspect the wires just to make sure nothing has been damaged. Screw on the clamp tightly. You might need a pair of dikes to tighten this up. And then take a screwdriver and tighten down the clamp so the wire is in place properly. Next, attach the ground wire to the housing using the provided screw. You'll need to twist the ground wire into a loop so that it can be secured properly. Strip both wires that are coming into the housing, and we can connect the neutral, white to white, and the hot wire, black to black. Don't over tighten the wire nuts. You don't want to break them off, but you should have them snug enough where they don't come off. Now, push the wires into the housing. It might take a little bit more finagling to get them in there, and you may need some help. Now that all the wires are inside the housing, we can put the cover on.
This is the drain line that'll go to your plumbing. This is an optional dishwasher line if you want to. Put your dishwasher coming in here. These things ship with a hole in here, but we've already punched ours out because we intend on using our dishwasher. So drain line is a 1.5 inch pipe. We're going to expand this and go to a standard PVC pipe. Down below you'll see, but it's got a rubber gasket in here. Make sure this guy is nice and snug whenever you put it back on. Alright, so this is how it looks from the top. We've got a snap ring inside of here, but in general I want to show you from the angle how this will attach underneath. This contraption on top slips into place. When you put this onto your sink, this will be stable and sturdy, and what you're actually going to do is you're going to take and put the garbage disposal into it, and you can see this is not level. because what you want to do is a twisting action, not to this piece, but to the garbage disposal below, so that it actually attaches to this. I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. Here, in order to attach it to the sink, we're going to have to loosen the screws, take the snap ring out to give us some flexibility. Here's our snap ring on the lower side. This is upside down. So this is on the bottom side of this. All you need to do is just take a flathead screwdriver and pop a little bit of the snap ring out. See how it just comes out pretty easily. Watch your fingers on this. I have a little bit of the snap action, but basically this thing sits under there to act as a restrictor so that this piece doesn't fall down. So take these apart.
Get out your plumber's putty, take a little bit in your hands and work it just like this. Put a little thin bead around the bottom of the sink drain. Work it in there. Once we're done, we're going to put this down into the sink.
Okay, we're ready to go over the hole.
Apply a generous amount of pressure to push it down in.
Alright, make sure your paper ring is on top. We're going to take these screws, back them all the way down so that they are nice and low. Put all this in place so that we have plenty of clearance for our ring. Our ring has got to come through this little notch. It is a pain in the butt to do yourself. There we go. Boom.
Screw in the quick lock sink mount until it's almost completely tight. Check the top of the drain occasionally just to make sure everything's okay. Then tighten down the lock completely by hand just to make sure you don't over tighten.
And take a look at the putty up top, and as expected there's a lot left over here. You can simply wipe this away and dispose of it. Push it up and push up really hard and twist around until you get it locked in place. And this flange here with this piece, and you got this little tool here you can use to put on here and to crank down even more just to make sure it's even tighter. This is also your wrench to go into the bottom. So the garbage disposal will slide in place, so it doesn't matter where we line it up. So we're going to line this guy up like this. There we go, we're pretty straight. We've got a 2-inch drain line coming in. 2-inch will go to 1.5 up for a Studer vent that we're putting up top. We've already got that measured out and cut. I'm using a Studer vent here because we don't have a vent up into our ceiling. We don't have anywhere close by except for that exterior wall, but we can't run down and go over there. So we'll use the Studer vent here. We got our trap. Come straight down with this. We got a reducer. This is still a 1.5, but it's a thin 1.5 to regular standard PVC. And we can adjust this guy so that everything lines up, and that's actually pretty darn close. I promise you I didn't make any measurements. I just kind of cut it to eye, and that's pretty good. We might cut this guy down a little bit so that this is a little bit further down. But other than that, I think we're ready to glue it all together now. We have our dishwasher hook up here. We'll run that over to the left where our dishwasher is, but well, that does it for this video. If you have any questions, comment below. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.